Hello and welcome, my name is Nilaus. This is episode 21 of our Let's Play campaign of Angels Mods. We are playing Angels Mods tutorial series and let's play a combination because I want to build a big base and I want to build some nice cool designs within my city blocks. And in order to do that, or while doing that, I want to stop and explain things in a bit more detail than I usually do. So last time, let's just recap. This is the base overall. It's still idling a lot because everything has just been filled up here. We can look at our coal deposit. We are now storing more than 5 million. I love the part where you can say more than just because it's a couple of thousand more. So it's more than 5 million. We built this last time and I have upscaled it in a bit. A bit. Basically this takes 4 lanes in, or actually it only takes 3 lanes of coal in, because 1 lane goes around and 2 lanes goes out here on the bus to be coal available. Then those 2 lanes of coal becomes 4 lanes of coke, and that goes out here. That's being stored and go out there. Coke is used quite a lot, and the rest is going here, up, and be converted into carbon. And of course the carbon, there's nothing in here because it's all being converted to carbon. 2 coke and 1, best let than 1 coal becomes 3 carbon. So carbon is going to be produced a lot. And all of this is now stuck because the pipes are full of sulfuric wastewater. This is not the easiest way to make coke, but it's the cleanest way. Or well, not the cleanest way, but it's the way that generates sulfuric wastewater. And I like sulfuric wastewater because that is our primary source, if not our only source of sulfuric acid. And we're going to need a lot of sulfuric acid for a lot of our processes. So that's what we're going to work on today. Let's start explaining what the intention is. The first part is here. We have sulfuric wastewater. This comes in at 1.25 million. That's just whatever is in these. It goes into a hydro plant where the sulfuric wastewater gets treated, purified, and that gives us 1 sulfur and a bit of mineralized water and a bit of purified water. Not a bit, but some purified water. This is operating at speed 1, so every second we are consuming 100 sulfuric wastewater and producing 1 sulfur. Now comes the trick to what I'm doing here today. Oops, not so close here. This is now taking the sulfur and making it into sulfur dioxide. Then we take the sulfur dioxide and make it into sulfuric acid. Now, the sulfur dioxide gas, boom, this is running on a 2-second cycle consuming 1 sulfur. This is speed 2.25. I will, for all intents and purposes, pretend that this is speed 2.0 straight up, because then things round off very nicely. It will then mean that 1 Mark 1 hydro plant supports exactly 1 Mark II chemical plant. That's much nicer to work with than it supports 1.12. So this is what we're doing. This is producing 1 sulfur in and 60 sulfur dioxide out. 60 sulfur dioxide, I wonder what we can make out of that. We can make it into sulfuric acid. However, this needs 90, again on a 2-second cycle. That means in reality a 1-second cycle. That means 190 inbound, so I need 3 of these to produce 180, and then 2 of the sulfuric acid will also consume 180. This is as close as they can be built without making some real crazy shenanigans here. That works quite well. It's important that if I now did something like this, I would mix the belts or mix the pipes, but there is a way around it by doing like this. And since I don't want this to have access to the rest of the network, because this is exactly to ratio, so I will not have my sulfur dioxide anywhere else, purely input here. The purified water, let's look at the purified water. I get 40 per cycle. A cycle is 1 second. 40 for each, that's 80 in total. And that will be supported by 3 sulfur. That means 3 processes. And this is producing 210 in the same span. 210 purified water. So the conclusion is I will have plenty of purified water. I will, however, not have plenty of oxygen, because oxygen will by far be the worst part of this deal. It's going to be real tough to get it. Now I'm just starting to lay out some logistics here. I want this setup. Do I actually want this setup? No, I don't. It'll actually be slightly more compact if I do it the other way around. There's also an element of symmetry here. I know they could be put differently, but then it would look awful from a symmetrical perspective. Yes, so this is now a unit working, and outbound wise here, that is producing 120 sulfuric acid per second. Let's get some power. Yes, and some lights. Good. So this unit matches 3 of these. So let's also make a unit consisting of 3 sulfuric wastewater plants or hydroplants. This will be quite a basic setup. Now, if I use loaders, then I don't actually need some power on the upside here. And I will, however, need a little light because I like it. There, here, and here. And we have our robots coming out. And the reason why I want to take this out and then go back in, I could make them directly insert from here to here, is because I have a lot of sulfuric wastewater, and there's a much easier way to store it as sulfur than to store it as sulfuric wastewater. And therefore, that's how I'm going to do. So they'll be like dragged into some location over in this other side. Now that takes care of the sulfur all the way, and the sulfuric, the purified water as well. But what it does not take care of is the oxygen. So oxygen is something we have produced back here. This is producing, we'll just do it here. Each one is producing 200 per 6 seconds and is operating at crafting speed 1. So I'm producing 100 per 3 seconds. So I'm going to need 3, then I'm producing 100 per second. If I then take a chemical plant, it can consume 100 per 2 seconds, but remember, in our world at least, it's running at exactly speed 2. That means it can consume 100 compressed air every second. Boom. So I need 3 air filters to one of these. Now, that's the easy part. Now I'm going to try to make a design for this that is scalable. Oops. Oh, right. So one of these is running at ratio. It produces 50 oxygen gas per second. 50, 100, 200. This is consuming 180. That's pretty close. Is it so close that I'll just say it's the same? I don't really know. Don't really know yet. Come on. Where are you? Here you are. And let's build some piping here. Let's start with the easy piping. That's between these locations. I wonder if this can reach. Let's get it closer without wrecking something. Thank you. Whoops. Oh, that's always bad. Letting it run. And let's get some power poles here. Oops. That's as far out as possible. And here. Yeah. So now I will take this. I am going to select the red one on the outside for several different reasons. Because the primary one is, look at this beautiful thing here. It is totally tileable. And if you just set it up here, it's important that the oxygen is on the outside, so that if it get mixed, it's only the useful stuff that gets mixed. That's the argument. And all of the nitrogen will just be Flared, unfortunately, I can use it in Angel setup for sure. It's actually quite valuable, but I don't really know how to do that. I think this should allow for some more space. Yeah, I think it works. So you're just flaring everything. Just look at it here. All the nitrogen collected and flared. So this is producing 200. Let's see if it actually, everything is wired up correctly. It works, it operates. Are they, yep, they're getting something nice. And this is being flared. It's all good. So now I need to patch these things together. So basically I need one oxygen producer, one sulfuric acid producer, and one sulfur producer. We're going to start by making the sulfur producer as close to as possible by having these units. Now, my initial thought is, can I fit 12 on this lane? I think I can. Let's actually remove my... and actually, I will do something else. Can I find the robots? Here are the robots. I'm going to put them into a box so they don't actually start working. And then I only have my own nanobots. The point is, I just want to test some things. Also, how close? I think this might be a bit too close. Here. Oh, okay. 2. Yeah, it's less than midway. Okay. Working. I'm going to start all the way over from this side. So by getting 12, I'm only consuming 1. I'm not really consuming enough, that's for sure. But I'll just flare the rest. This is as far as I can get. And the next one, I think it's too close. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Let's try this one. So that's the 12. I wonder if it's gonna produce more. No, each of them will produce 1 per second, so this is only 12. It's easy for it to match here. It'll be, however, be almost exactly 1. And there. And then it needs to go out again. Into the next location, this one, which I'll need 1, 2, 3, 4 of these as well. And again, I'm just feeling that I'm missing some potential here. I could make this closer, couldn't I? So this is now producing 120. This is 480 sulfur per second. Now, my next thought is, could I double this and still find room for it? Because at this point, I'm going to need this unit all the way up. This is as close. 1, 2, and basically on the other side as well. 1, 2. That's 4. Could I double it? No, I could not double it. Not easily, at least. I don't know why they're here. But I like this part up here. I really like it. So what if we actually had to double it? That's the space it uses. I could suppose I could get 3 more down here, 3 more down here. This is now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could get 6. It doesn't have to be 8 in total, but I could do this one here and here. That would give us 6 in total. And then also this location, I probably also need something there. And going to this part, 1, 2, 3. I'm thinking it can... Yeah. Also here as well. Yes. All right, I think this is very good. This is now quite a lot more than I actually anticipated. I will kill this part. I'll get the robots. Unfortunately, they'll probably start working for me, and I don't want that. I actually want them to work here. So, what seems to be the problems with this setup then? First of all, the truck is in the middle. I'm going to use a bit more than what I've stockpiled, but what we'll be producing out of this will be consuming 1800 per second. Now that's the next question is that even going to cut it? Because what am I producing here? I'm producing like a crazy amount. Really? Don't have one? Now this for sure is going to be different. And I don't have any. I know I can get more here. That wasn't a lot. That's actually scary low amount. And what else? I should get a... Let's get some of these. Because I wanted to see how much they're actually producing when they're producing clean coke. That means every 4 seconds, and they're running at speed 2, I believe. Yeah. Every 4 seconds, that means every 2 seconds you're producing 50. That means each of these is producing 25 when it's running at full tilt. 25. How many did we have again? 144 times 25. What is that? 3,600. That's exactly double what we are able to. So when it's running full tilt, I can't keep up. There's the conclusion. That's an okay conclusion to have. And now it can no longer keep up because now I have too much. Let's see. Did I actually run out? I guess I did run out. Let's start building more. Get it? Alright, this is all very nice. This one, though, I do not like. I really would like to have it exactly here. But I suppose that's not really a big deal. Here. Probably still not enough, but let's see. This one, I think this should be redundant to do, but I still want to do it. Oh, sulfur. Because what if there's something else coming in? Now the next part I actually need is all the wiring, or the piping. That's going to be a bit tricky as well. Get up here. What else are we missing? We're missing a ton of things. 2 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have no idea. It says 18. Great. We're missing 18. 1. Stone bricks. Do we have stone bricks in here? I don't think so. I think I actually used all of it. Alright, we're just gonna head to our little storage location. There's also the part where I want it to be on Ah, yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. Here, we are generating such a stupid amount of things at this location. Yeah. That I just go back here, convert, convert, convert. Inbound. And I needed 18. Damn it. I thought I actually had those. Damn. Oh yeah, I do. Aha. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that is working. What else? We need to, you know, I think I actually want this one out. For a specific reason. I rather want it on the other side so we can keep track of where it is. So we have it on either side. Otherwise, some of them will be more loaded than others. And there are some additional ones. Cool. And they are connected. They are connected. They are emptied. This and this is where I get my oxygen out. I suppose I need to get it from here. Really? I am running out? Got it. Here. And from the other side as well. Also going to be quite obvious. There. So now that's saturated with oxygen. That's great. We now need to saturate with... Yeah. That one's good. And from the other side as well. I will also take it here. This one's easier because it just goes straight up. Got it. And that one's working. I don't exactly know what I should do here. I guess we do something like this. And on the other side, I'll figure out the same. Oops, here. We also do not have anything inbound yet. Ah, that's actually a nice way of doing it. Of course, we are going to have some overflow valve here. This one controls that it is not over too much, and that will remove it if it is too much. I'm pretty sure that's not going to cut it with the amount I have, so I will also take one here. Overflow valve inside, and overflow. Let's get some wire this one up so it stops blinking. It'll take forever to get out there. I'm suspecting that I need to upgrade to red. Did I get this? Yes, I did. Okay, so we are gonna run an upgrade planner on top of this part. There. The rest can still be as it is. I guess we should run an upgrade planner on this one as well. At least over here. It's a lot. What are we? Oh yeah, I'm just pressing Q. No, nothing happens. And the remaining part, all of the mineralized water, I will not hear any comments about, yes, it's useful. Of course it's useful. I just don't, this is not what I'm building in this location. So I will not have any mineralized water anywhere here. What? Oh, I need to get even closer to... Yeah, Oh, this is much nicer. I can combine things. There we go. Much nicer. And... oh, didn't make a difference anyway. I want it here. There, that's now working, and I think it might be working. Now comes the tricky, interesting part. Now I need to get all of this out here. That's one. And actually, interesting thing is, that's also a really strange way of doing it, but it works. And more pumps. That one needs a pump. Huh, for all the carefulness, and then I end up doing something as crazy as this here. Good, so they are all flowing now. Let's see. Yeah, see, this is exactly what I expected. They are not able to keep up, and this is simply the flow here. So... might work, might help, but maybe not either. Here, just getting tons of stuff in. Okay, they are now being... oh, that's interesting. And interesting by that I mean horrible. What the hell happened? Huh. Okay. Oh, it's this one. That's the one that went wrong. There we go. Should probably have saved one copy of this, and oops. There, here, 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 here. Great. So what I need now... what? Really? I don't have enough? Oh yeah, I do. Why are they not wired up? That seems really, really strange, doesn't it? No. Maybe not. Maybe they're just not linked close enough. Yes. Looks nice. They're working. They are full. And... yeah. What I need now is actually a place where I can make this. So now I get to the domain where things are not going to be quite as pretty as they should be. Because I will actually be making... I want this on a bus, and that means I need a red belt outbound. Let's make it here. I'm also going to get a red belt inbound. Don't exactly know where it's coming from yet, but at some point I will get a red belt inbound. However, currently it's the same belt. So inbound I will have, let's pretend that comes from out here. That's unbelievable, isn't it? How exactly it just doesn't fit. Wait, should I do this? These are all things that will be fixed later on, yeah? So they're gonna go in here and here, and I will then take... see, the problem now is I also absolutely must have it in a bus. This is a bit crazy. But it just illustrates what we... okay, yeah, obviously this is fine. So bus comes in somehow. and goes out. This is what goes out on our central bus. One row of barrels, and that's wired up. Gonna be happy. And put sulfuric acid in a barrel. Thank you very much. Boom. Here we are. Now it's... Oh, one thing I forgot was a bit of light here. Not a lot, just a bit. So we have now built, in this time we have left, or we have available, and we have built all this. Now, the one thing I do wonder... Oh, right, that's simply because it will completely... When I use loaders, it will jam them in here with 220. So that's a bit excessive. Let's look at these. They are still in trouble when it comes to getting rid of water. You're also having trouble. Nope, you're not having trouble. You're not. It's the middle ones. So we are just simply going to make another one. Oh, I don't have more. How exactly do we want to do this? I am thinking this one is a better location. Here. And where's the overflow valve? I lost it. I don't know where it is. I just make some more. Here. There, they'll be completely empty, hopefully. And this one will... Okay, it's getting better. Is it? I think it is. And this one is keeping up. It's just trying to get it down. And in the meantime, all of this down here has started working again. It's working at the ratio where it will be allowed. This is still full. Why is that? Ah, because it gets pulled out from the side. Actually need to pull it out from the side as well. Not much, but it's not being pulled out, but it might actually do a teeny tiny thing. It is a bit strange, but we allow it like this, and hopefully at some point it will balance out. Maybe not. I don't want storage of sulfuric wastewater. I only want storage of sulfur. So all of this, it was mainly temporary just to keep it going. But what you can see here is that every single one is working. They are working here. And our main problem is, not surprising, we are running out of here. This is an interesting hack to do. But I simply want a lot of it. I already have 1.7k. Okay, so I am totally happy with this city block. I was a bit puzzled whether we would be able to make it, or whether it would even be possible. So what we're doing now is we are producing 720 sulfuric acid per second. I think that's a pretty good start. We are also seeing now that this is saturated. And why is it saturated? Oh yeah, it's saturated because I'm unable to convert fast enough. And that's simply because I do not have enough. Yeah, so I need more stuff to convert, ironically. There. And maybe even take some more steel and just keep shoving it in here. We want steel. More. And all of this goes over here and becomes filled up. This one, this is nice. It'll fill up to 7,680 barrels, each with 50 in it. So that's a lot. I can roughly calculate that into a lot. All right, it is time for us to wrap it up. What this means is I can take my sulfuric wastewater or sulfuric acid, go down here, and simply feed it into this location. Yeah, because this was all just trying to recoup as much as possible. But then I'll set an overflow, for example here. I'll just tap this one so it uses what it can. It recovers maybe 80% of the cycle, and then I top it up with some barrels as well. That's pretty good, pretty good. And we will now be able to proceed with more stuff. The reason why we do the sulfuric acid, I should just maybe have done with that from the beginning. Sulfuric acid here, because that allows us to make some chunks, some things, lots and lots of things are needed sulfuric acid for, mainly in terms of this slurry. And yeah, it's just one of those things where we need to have it. I can also just vent it at some point just to make sure that it doesn't go crazy, but that's a different matter. Good. Thank you very much for joining. Hope you're enjoying it. Hope you want to keep up with the space. I will be, I'll be making a blueprint of this. Zoop. So you can just grab this blueprint if you feel so inclined. Put it in here. Boom. It's done. Thank you. And I'll be seeing you next time. Bye.